Hello, welcome everyone to my HM Quickshifter Plus installation video. This thing is sweet. I'm going to show you the kit, and I am going to show you how I installed this unit onto my 2009 848. You can see the stickers that come along with this kit and the hard shell case. This is the subloom, and this is the actual unit itself, the strain gauge and the LCD unit. I ended up ordering a 115 millimeter shift rod. That's the size that I needed to work with my driven D-axis rear sets, aftermarket rear sets, and it worked out just fine. You need to measure the rod and then combine that with the actual strain gauge measurement, and you can find all that at the HM or Anatori website for more information. You can see here that the initial switch out is really straightforward. It's a simple project. You just need to take the strain gauge and add the hardware that comes with the kit, bottom out that stud into the strain gauge, and then you can see here I added a jam nut initially on this installation, but later opted to remove it, and it seems to be working just fine. This is me adjusting the rear set to my liking, and that's it. Once you get that part of the installation complete, that's the easy part in my opinion, and then the tedious and boring part comes up next, and that's figuring out exactly what you're going to do with all the wiring. And the manual says that you should find a suitable place on the bike, typically under the seat, and route the wires to the linkage in a way that will keep them clear of possible damage, and that's obviously pretty important. And you can see here that I have sped up the video in order to keep you from getting too bored. Later in the video, I'll show you exactly where I ended up placing all of the wires and the unit, and I did clean it up significantly in comparison to my first video. So let's go ahead and move up to the front. This is the ignition coil wire, and you can see I'm connecting up the subloom to the front cylinder. There was a seal. I wasn't sure what it was at first, but this blue object that I'm pulling out of the ignition coil side of the wire, this is a seal that remained in that side of the connector, and I just simply took that out and placed it in the OEM connector because the HM unit has a seal as well. I'm back on the rear cylinder now. This is the power connection to the LCD unit, and I wanted to take a couple of minutes here to talk about this ground wire. I understand that it's very important that you ground this on the battery, preferably according to HM. So that's what I'm doing, and you can see here again another straightforward part of the project. I had a notch cut out in the top of my battery box for the Shirai battery charger, and decided that those edges were pretty sharp, so I found this vibration damper pad from an old clutch reservoir that I took apart and cut it in half, and it fits in there perfectly, and it provides plenty of cushion for that wire. This is the complete unit in place, and it looks fast already. So this is the final resting spot for my wiring. I wanted to show this to you. I ended up going with and didn't realize these were back there, but behind the frame, the main wiring harness has a few different spots that are zip tied up from the factory, and you can see here that I'm going to piggyback on them. I did have to cut the existing zip ties, but that's okay because I'm going to replace them with new ones, and we're going to tuck all this away and make it look professional and clean, and that was my goal, and I believe we did that. You can see here that I'm preparing this now, tightening it down, not too tight, and again that looks like an OEM job from the factory. That's the rear one. I've got everything in there together, the main wiring loom that goes to the back of the bike, and then the unit here. So this is where my unit ends up, under the seat, and you can see a combination of zip ties and tape was able to secure this fairly nicely back here. And again, I used, other than that one, used a few zip tie points that the factory used, and this is it. Nice and clean. This is exactly what I was looking for. Now the only thing we have left to do is to go out and try this thing out, and that's what we're going to do now. If any of you are wondering what that wire is there, that's my tether to my camera. This is the first time I've ever had my camera in this position and didn't want to lose it. So I'm just going to stand back and let you guys listen to this. It's really sweet, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, that's it for now. I will post up this entire ride video separately. And in the meantime, I want to throw out some kudos to HM Quickshifter. As they say in the UK, this thing does exactly what it says on the tin. Thank you for watching.